Hi everyone, it's Mackie here. Now, I thought it'd be nice to bring you out tonight to play with some trains in London. So this is an urban landscape that I've been wanting to do for a while. And this is shot at Battersea Power Station. As you can see in the background, you have these train tracks going into the scene, creating this nice S shape leading up to the power station. Now, I wanted to do a blue hour shot. So it's about 10-20 minutes, or it's about 15 minutes after sunset. I've got about another 15 minutes to wait until the light levels are just right, and then I can start shooting. So I want to ideally get 4 trains go through at the same time, and that'll fill up all those tracks, and you'll have brilliant lights, red lights and white lights going through. Now, when I was setting up, this did happen. But as you can see now, there's not a train in sight, and you know that's going to be the case. But at least if I get 1 or 2 trains or a train going through on different tracks, I can blend those together in Photoshop later, and I can show you how if it comes down to that. Hopefully it won't, but I can show you how to do that later. Okay, now I've just got to wait a few minutes, and then we'll start shooting. Now, I've had several trains go through, but wouldn't you know it, not all at once. So it is creating some really nice effects though with the lights, because as you can see in the background, when you have the green, the yellow, and the red lights, they actually reflect off the tracks, so that creates another added attraction to this scene. Now, the sky is just right now for recording the blue hour, so as you can see, no trains now. Isn't that typical? But they've been coming through quite regularly, so hopefully within the next few minutes we can get that shot. Now, I was shooting at f14, but now I've stopped down to f16, and it's creating these really beautiful star effects on the lights. Now, as you can see, there's no trains here, and it's getting quite dark. I'm almost at the end of my blue hour period, where the sky is going to be too dark and the highlights on the lights are going to start burning out. So I'm just hoping that I'm going to get 4 trains come through at the same time right now. Here comes one right now, so maybe this is it. I just need a couple to come out from Victoria Station here. Let's start exposing just when it gets below that sign, or that trellis or whatever it is. Okay, right now we'll do 40 seconds. I'm back in the studio now, and I've loaded the images into Lightroom, and they were nice. I got some nice light trails, but not on all the tracks at the same time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I can combine all these images that I've selected and put them into one image. Now, there are several ways of doing this in Photoshop, but I'm going to show you the quickest and easiest way to do that. So let's go ahead and I'll show you now. Okay, now I've selected the images that I like and I've given them a star. Here you can see there's quite a good variety of light trails going through these, so I'd like to just combine them all. So let's just select those, and then go up to Photo, Edit in, Open as Layers in Photoshop. Now you can see that there is some difference in the sky density, but you know, it's not going to make a difference because I'm going to alter that later. And there's a few other things I want to retouch out, such as this crane. I'm going to take that out. And there's some mess down here, the bag, and this tree that's kind of intersecting that line. I want to get rid of that as well. And there is a distracting light here that at the time I thought, no, I don't want to crop it out because I want to keep these tracks in here just in case I get trains that go on those. But I don't think it did, so I'm going to crop that out in the end. But let's go ahead, and once these are all loaded in, you can see they're loading into the layers palette over here on the right. Okay, and you can see there's one edited, and that was a crane up here that created a red streak, so I took that out quickly before starting. because I don't really want to mess with that later. And so I want to select all of these. So hit the Shift key and hit the bottom one, and that will select all of them. And then up here you'll have a blending mode. So just go down to Lighten, select that, and it's as simple as that. It's now combined all of those images in one. But before I start retouching, I have to flatten that layer. So I can do Command E or go up to Layer and Flatten Image. And now I can start retouching some of this stuff out. So I'm going to use my lasso tool, and just by using Content Aware Fill, I'm going to take that crane out, and that should do a pretty good job on that. Yeah, that's gone. If there's anything like this, you can just see a little bit. Now I could either clone that or do a spot healing brush. Let's try the spot healing brush first. That's good. Okay, now I want to use the cloning tool and take some of these things out here. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. There we go. Okay. Now all these little squiggly white lights, I think they were probably reflections off the shiny carriages as it went through. Very strange. I don't know what caused those. But if I just do little selections like that and go over that. Okay, that's good. Let's go ahead and take out this tree here. First off, there's a strange thing right here. Let's see if we can get rid of that first. Okay, that's not too bad. Now with my cloning tool, I'm going to just go over this. And where the lines don't exactly meet perfectly, you can just go over them again. As you can see, a lot of these things are kind of all over the place anyway, so it's not going to be a major issue. Okay, now I think for the rest of this, I'm just going to see if I Content Aware fill that out. That should do a reasonable job, and then finish up touching it up. Okay, yeah, let's go with that. Even though those are off, it's got rid of the tree. Let's just make this a little bit bigger. Okay. Oh, out of alignment there. And if you have anything to fill in, if you want to really get picky, you can just go like that. Hopefully that'll fill them in. Please. Nope, you're not cooperating. All right, suit yourself. I will go back and clone you. Okay, that's good enough. Let's go ahead and take these. These kind of break up the flow of the light trails. So let's get rid of the 40-mile-an-hour signs. They're not needed. That did a great job. I like it when it works like that. Yeah, wonderful. Okay, next, I think what I want to do is overall, I think the whole exposure is just a little bit too bright. So let's just bring the exposure down a little bit. A little bit too far there. Okay. Now, let's just go ahead and take this into Luminar. You can finish this up however you like. I prefer to use Luminar, and I'll show you a few features in that. As this is loading, I think this light area in here, I'm going to address that. So you've got all these different looks down here. If you've ever seen any of my Luminar videos, there'll be a link here to one of those. You can have a look to see all the different features in Luminar. But let's go ahead and select the landscape mode, and you can just dial this. You can see what it's doing. It's bringing the sky down. It's adding some contrast. It's doing a lot of really cool stuff. So let's go ahead, and I want to darken this area down, as I said. So I'm going to go over here to Pro and Dodge and Burn. Start painting, and let's just bring it down to about 35%. I'm going to darken and take our brush right over this. Okay, that's good. Now that's brought that tone down. Your eye doesn't go immediately to that. Now let's see what next. Let's go ahead and hit done. And you can see the before and after. There's quite a big difference there already. Right, now I think I want to take that out, but I can do that quite easily in Lightroom. So I'm okay with this. Let's go ahead and click Apply. And this will bring it back into Photoshop. And I don't think there's anything else I really want to do to this. So let's go ahead and there we go. Yeah, let's go ahead and okay that. Save. Take that back into Lightroom. And you can see the difference there. Now that is that's pretty good. Let's just open that up, go into Develop, and just crop out. If I hit Shift, it'll hold the proportion, and it'll just take that light out. Okay, that's great. So that's quite easy to combine all those light trails, and it's quite a cool shot to do. I hope you've enjoyed this video and you got some great tips out of it. And if you have any ideas for future videos, please do let us know in the comments, and we'll try to video some for you. But I hope you've enjoyed this tonight, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.